look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's always difficult when you're trading a player of that stature and that ilk. Very difficult. You know, my job as a GM and our job as a front office is to try and bring in that caliber of talent and so forth. So those decisions are not easy. You know, they come with a lot of thought, a lot of process, a lot of systematic debriefs and discussions that go along with that. But at the same time, you know, to be able to move Kevin to a place where, you know, where he will have success and they will enter into their championship window, and for us, you know, to bring back, you know, these two players in that particular trade and the draft assets, you know, that gives us a clear pathway now to continue to rebuild and maybe not set the reset button, so to speak, because, you know, we have a group in there that's very competitive and want to get out there and want to compete at the highest level. But this has given us a clear pathway on how to continue this.
Sean, do you deem the KD Kyrie era a failure?
You know, I think it would be easy to look in from the outside, and, you know, honestly, I look at it from internally and say, wow, it didn't work. Like, let's be honest there. You know, we did not reach the full potential of where we thought we could get to, our hopes and honestly beliefs. But again, you know, I look back and we've done a lot of thinking and, you know, soul searching on this, and we say, well, you know, we did everything we possibly could, you know, to maximize this organization's potential, you know, to have ourselves in the conversation for a championship. And that's all we've done. And we've shown that we've built this team up twice. I don't need to go back to what it was, but, you know, built it up twice and and have a team that I think we could look back and say, hey, look, they have a chance. They have a chance. So it didn't work. Some of that is through things we can control, some through, you know, things that we can't control. But at the end of the day, again, now we're focused on this pathway right now, and, you know, for us to look back and say, what if, what could? I mean, we're certainly going to debrief and go back on, you know, like we have done, to be quite frank, over the last, you know, couple of years on, you know, when we have misses, because we all do.
You talk about reading the landscape and having to basically be able to see what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
That's part of your job.
Yeah. When
we hear Kyrie saying that he wasn't sure about staying here after year one and was plotting his escape from that point on, was that a sense that you got in whatever your conversations were with him?
You know, I don't want to speak for Kyrie and how he was thinking the whole way through here. You know, I think when, you know, you get to a point like we are now and it didn't work, you know, we did not, you know, we weren't the last team standing like you've heard me say. I think it's easy to reflect and go back and say, well, this, that, or the other, and so forth, and whether it's point fingers or what have you. You know, I think we have to internally look at, you know, hey, did we do everything we could have done? Could we have done more? Sure, but I think that's on everybody. That's on the individual, that's on the team, that's on the organization. So, again, I don't want to speak for Kyrie, you know, and I wish nothing but he and his family all the best.
When you do and you look inward and you search and you do whatever soul searching you guys have done as an organization, the fact is it's 3 superstars, not good players, but 3 superstars that wanted out in less than 12 months. Was there a commonality in there that you guys found in your soul searching?
Yeah, look, I think some of these things are, you know, if you go back and you look at what's happened to the entire world, and I'm not in the business of making excuses, but you look at what, you know, we've all been through over 3 years, right? There's been ins and outs through our daily life, you know, with COVID and everything else. I mean, we've had, you know, a pulled hamstring, we've had a rolled ankle, we've had a lot of frustration here with not being able to get that group, you know, on the court consistently and seeing what it really looks like. And I mean, I think that's one of the biggest frustrations, where we really didn't see them and what they could look like. You know, I don't want to speak for the guys that are no longer here and why they left. I mean, that was sort of their decisions as to, like, hey, it's time to move on and so forth. And in the case of, you know, Kevin and myself with Joe and Rich, you know, it's a partnership, and we've sat here, you know, ever since the summertime thinking, you know, what does this look like for us over the course of the next week, the next month? What's the league landscape look like? You know, how's this team being built, and everything else? And this gives, again, like I said, this gives Kevin an opportunity to go and continue on that quest for a championship, you know, in Phoenix as their window opens up.
Sean, what's your message to the fan who re-upped on season tickets last year, thinking that this would be a championship contender this year?
Yeah, look, that's honestly tough. But my goal here and our goal is from ownership all the way down is to put something out on the floor that everybody can be proud of. You know, you can see consistent effort, you can see availability, and you can see a competitive spirit. You know, everybody playing a great brand of basketball. So I think, you know, with this group of young men, you will certainly see that, and you know, as they grow and as they, you know, get some sort of continuity between with each other, and also playing under JV's style. I think it's a perfect fit, and I think we've all seen what JV's been able to do, and you know, I couldn't be more proud of him.
Is the expectation that this team makes the playoffs?
Yeah.